bright students, ladies and gentlemen. When he had a desire to join a good B school, it's a Sattva Guna. When he started joining the career launcher, Time Academy, worked hard for years to crack the NMAT, that is the Rajoguna. When you join the program, you develop the Tamoguna, you relax. And only ask the question, how many companies are coming to the campus for placement, how many offers are made, what is the average salary. You jump the 2 years of the learning process. Never make that mistake. NMIMS is not an employment exchange. It is a place where we give you latest relevant knowledge which is required in the corporate world. So, 10 years down the line, when you face a problem in the corporate world, you cannot go for tuition. That's what you do when you are weak in a subject. So, you can't go for tuition. You will have to develop the ability to learn on your own. That is very, very important. This was advocated in the Vedic period. So, whatever we teach today for the next 2 years probably will keep you in the good state for the next 5 or 6 years. After that, products will change, the way the practices are done by the businesses will change. That's why in one of the long articles written by Peter Drucker, it's a very long article on management education, you must lay your hands on that. When I was a member of Curriculum Development Committee, of which Kapoor, myself, V.K. Balla, we are all members, 4-member committee. We went through that article because we are structuring the curriculum for the entire management schools in this country. So we wanted to do a thorough job. He only raises questions and then says all over the world people who are teaching management schools, those management subjects, will have to reflect on it. Therefore, management is a social discipline, the concepts will change, the practices will change, because the society's expectations will continue to change. The way we were taking the breakfast, you are not taking the same breakfast. I used to take Pongal, Vada, Idli. You take McDonald's, pizza and cocoa. That's the kind of breakfast you take. So over a period of one generation to another generation, 20-25 years, the entire society changes in its behavior, in their purchase behavior, in their living style, in their eating habits, in their dressing habits. Society changes. The business practices will have to change with the needs of the society. If they don't do that, they will be wiped out of the business. But the business curriculum does not change with the same speed at which the business practices changes. Therefore, the only way to cope up with this challenge is to develop an ability to learn on your own. Unless you develop this ability, you will not be able to survive in that business world, right? So, maths, physics, chemistry concepts are universal. 4 plus 3 will continue to be 7. Whether it is 18th century, 20th century or 22nd century will not change. 2 units of hydrogen, 1 unit of oxygen will always give you water. Laws of gravitation will not change. They are all scientific areas, right? Concepts will not change. Whereas in commerce, economics and management, concepts will continue to change. Therefore, you will have to continuously learn, update yourselves. That's very important. So as a technical person, you may be good. As a manager, you will have to get the work done through other people. That's the Western concept. If you look at the Indian concept, management means Vikasakaha Karayatur Variyan. As a manager, my primary task is to develop the competencies of the people who are with me and make them perform. That's my job. Extracting the work from others, paying them a compensation, that means you are exploiting the talents of other people, getting the work done through other people. You need to keep on motivating them by giving them increments, by giving them promotion, by saying a word of praise, which are all external. You must be a human dynamo where the locus of motivation comes from within. And one of my co-speakers clearly said, don't compare your performance with others' performance. In organization behavior, they will always say no two human beings are exactly the same. Kalam always used to say, in India, we do great things, but we don't talk about it. In America, the culture is they just glorify what small little things they do until millions of copies sold. He used to say, we are all scientists, we don't know how to write. You management people, you talk and write. So you must write these successful stories in our country. The outstanding leadership styles that our scientists have shown in this country, and then make the world realize that this is a great country who have produced outstanding leaders, right? Therefore, You don't try to become just a manager. I know you're all young people in a hurry. You want instant coffee, 2 minutes noodle, you want instant success. That's not the way life is made of. You don't become Sachin Tendulkar in a week. Do you do that? You don't become a top-class singer like M.S. Subbulakshmi in 1 week, crash program, to become a Carnatic musician like M.S. Subbulakshmi. One full lifetime is spent to reach those levels of perfection in one particular art. Therefore, never be in a hurry. But whatever you do, do it perfectly, right? That should be your goal, right? If you are totally committed to the organization and if you don't perform, you are a dead wood to the organization. You are a non-performing asset. Therefore, second C is you must be a contributing member of the society, contributing member of the organization. You must be able to contribute to the growth of the organization. Number 3 that he mentioned was you must be a person of sterling character. Whether you're a boy or a girl, if you're working for Unilever, you must be a person of sterling character. If you have all these 3 C's, one day you will reach the position of the director of Unilever, be my colleague. Likewise, if you intellectually become sharp without bothering about developing your physical wellness, emotional dimension, all your emotions will be rubbed on the wrong side, particularly if you are in the HR area. But how do you handle your own anger? How do you handle your own negative emotions? That you need to know when you are here. You have to develop interest in music, dance, drama, dramatics club. Do all that so that you develop enormous ability to handle your own emotions. Then aesthetic sense, how do you differentiate a good art from a bad art? Then social dimension, probably you are the only lucky 1% of the Indian population who is able to reach a good B school like Yenna. There are so many talented people who don't have that opportunity. Millions and millions of people probably are more intelligent than all of us here, but they don't have an opportunity to go to a school or a university. And you must have an element of compassion on them. In what way you will be able to help them? Therefore, if you holistically develop all these dimensions, try to learn on your own. Try to learn from the classmates. Very, very important. Again, 2500 years ago, we had this sloka. Padam Acharyam Adatte, Padam Sishya Swamelya, Padam Sahabrahmacharidya, Padam Kalakramenacha. It's a beautiful verse, 2500 years ago. Best of the student learns from the best of the teacher only 25%. Padam Acharya Adatte. 25% of the knowledge you gain from the teacher. Padam Sishya Swamelya. By your own personal efforts, you learn the remaining 25%. By reading in the library, by working at home, by working in the computer center, by your own self-effort, you learn the remaining 25%. Padam Saha Brahmacharidya. The third 25% you learn by interacting with all the classmates in the room. And the last 25%, Kala Karmenacha, 10 years down the line, you will realize this is what Professor Swami told me 10 years ago. This is what Dr. Karnavkar said at that point in time in strategy class. Now I understand the implication of what he said. By passage of time, when you go through the life's experience, you will be able to learn the remaining 25%. Therefore, learning from the peers is very, very important. Therefore, develop that habit. So that is the heterogeneity of the class in an MBA classroom. There are engineers, arts and science, people with OKs, freshers, boys, girls. It's a heterogeneous group. Try to learn from each one of them. That will be adding great value to your own development, right? So I wish you all the very best in the next 2 years. You must be able to stand up to the crowd to say that you are a product of ENAM. There are more than 6,000 B schools in this country, good, bad and ugly. More ugly than good. You are one of the students in a top class B school, in a good school. Therefore, don't miss this opportunity. Shed your Tamaguna from today. I told you, Sattuguna, Rajoguna, Tamaguna. That laissez-faire thing, don't do that. Now develop that Rajoguna. Be active, try to learn, right? Also, your objective is to get into a good company with a fat salary. All that will happen automatically. Don't aspire for that now. Don't think of the future, think of the present moment. This is the reality. That's what Shankara says. Most of the time we waste our time either regretting for the past or worrying for the future. We miss the present moment. Live the present moment, try to put the best foot forward and try to reach your destination. Wish you all the best.